Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Wednesday encouragement. Happy Groundhog Day. I haven't heard whether Punxsutawney Phil saw a shadow or not, but just remember, if he sees a shadow, spring is right around the corner. Now, I know that's the opposite of the way they say it works, but I figure since that actually works out wrong 60+% of the time, that my way is actually right. Well, we'll get to our thought in just a minute, but I want to let you know about a couple of things going on. On February 20th, we're going to have a fellowship lunch after the worship service. Since this time of year is an especially good time for it, we're asking you to bring your favorite soup, stew, or chili that you can keep warm while we worship, as well as a dessert. We're really looking forward to a great time of fellowship, February 20th after the worship service. On February 24th, the junior and senior high group will have a snow tubing event at Wintergreen. Tickets are $30 and are due to Christie by February 10th. This is going to be a fun night, and we hope you can join us February 24th for that. Well, the other day, I had the TV on, but paused whatever I was watching to do some work on the computer. And I didn't bother to turn the TV off. I just left it paused. And after about 5 minutes or so, the Apple TV screensaver kicked in. And Apple has some incredible 4K footage of different scenery from around the world. It's beautiful. Well, the one that started this time was a new one I hadn't seen before. I'll show you a little bit of what it looks like. Kind of ominous, isn't it? Kind of scary. The light just seems to get more and more faint. But when you see it from another perspective, it looks completely different. That video is actually of the waves at a beach in Tahiti, but it's the view from below. The view from above is much more beautiful. It's actually calming and soothing, and there's light. Seems peaceful, not ominous and dark. So often the view from where we are is more like the underwater view of those waves. It's kind of dark, the environment's rough, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of hope. We may even wonder where God is in all of it. That's the effect our circumstances have on us. They can crowd around us and block our view so that we don't see everything properly. But God sees things from a completely different perspective than we do. And He works in our lives even when we don't see it. And while we may or may not get a glimpse of what God is doing and how He's doing it in this life, we have His promises that He is working in our life, and He's working something beautiful. And we quote Romans 8:28 a lot, but sometimes I think we don't slow down and take a look at it thoroughly. It says, and we know, we may forget at times when our circumstances crowd in on us, but when we step back and get perspective, we know, it's certain, that in all things, not some of them, not most of them, but everything that happens in our life, whether it's good or bad, whether it's something God wanted to happen or something sinful He never wanted to happen, in all things, God works. Whether we see what He's doing or not, in all things, God works for the good. Isn't that amazing? He can take something intended for evil and bring good out of it. He works for the good of those who love Him and have been called according to His purpose. If we're committed to Him, God will work in any circumstance to bring good out of it. No matter how dark and unsettling the view we have at the moment, there's more going on. God is working to accomplish His will. Sometimes that involves taking our sinful choices or someone else's sinful choices and refashioning things in a new and amazing way. But He's always working. Now here's the thing. We may at times only get to pop our head up above the water long enough to get a glimpse of what specifically God is doing. Sometimes we get to float above the surface and take in the view a little more. But a lot of the times, this is our view. And we have to trust the promise of the one who said, I will never leave you or forsake you. We have to trust the one about whom Joseph told his brothers, you meant it for evil, but God used it for good. And we have to trust His promise that when this life is over, we're going to get to enjoy the blessings of the life He's prepared for us in heaven with Him. And the view from there will be absolutely spectacular.